Welcome back, everybody. Yes, I am here doing another video. No, I'm not back permanently yet. There's been kind of a pause in my life, so I decided to throw up some MX bikes videos that I actually just rode today. This was ReaperDoc's, I think, TikTok live stream he had. I just saw it on the multiplayer and I jumped in just to see how bad I rode after not playing for 2.5 weeks. I do have to say, it felt really good to play this game again, but at the same time, it was really aggravating a lot of times. And it's not the other riders, it's just the game. I was having a lot of like Poboso bounces, just weird physics, and I was like, did they do something to the game? Because I have not been following it since I basically stopped playing a couple weeks ago. But I ran, what was it? I ran Widowmaker, was the first one I jumped onto, and that was kind of a crapshoot because every time somebody would load in or disconnect, I would have the super bad lag spikes, and it just was not fun. And it's like, all right, well, just like last time I played, bad lag spikes, and then I did Paletta, and then I have another one. I was on the KTM. I did Flowvilla, which is actually free on the mxbikes-shop, not MXB mods. So go to the bike shop and download it if you haven't paid for it yet. And it was kind of a hard track to ride on the Fantic, just because it doesn't have a lot of power. If you've ridden the Fantic, you know. The KTM, I can clear a lot of things, but there's like one or two jumps I was having issues with, and just really haven't played in, like I said, 2 weeks. So my skill's a little bit rusty, and I need to go faster in the corners, you know. But in another topic, the last video I put up, riding Dade City, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I want to go back. I was having bike issues. I think I might have figured it out. I pulled apart my carburetor, cleaned the crap out of it, looked inside my pilot jet, and I had some 20,000s like safety wire. I just ran through there. And I had some 32,000s, I think, I poked in there, and then just a bunch of gunk was inside of it, I think. So I think it was partially clogged. I don't know if that's going to fix it or not, but I pulled out my 55 pilot jet and put a 50 in it. If any of you guys have YZ250 two-strokes and live in hot weather, you know the 55 is incredibly big, and I think I was using the 55 as a Band-Aid a few years ago, and I just forgot what I had in there and never changed it out for the hotter weather. But needless to say, it felt good when I rode it with the brand new top end rebuild, and shifted good, really rusty on motocross. Next time I go out, if the bike runs good, I'll probably be more comfortable with going farther on the jumps, because that was my first ride since I rebuilt it. You know, you don't want to just full send it when you rebuild something, just in case something did mess up. Well, with that quick bike update out of the way, I'm on Paletta V2. Fantic 250 XXF, I think is what they call it in the game. I don't know, I don't remember exactly everything, but it's 250. And right there's just, I jumped, I landed, a weird bounce. I think it was also maybe server slash game issues, because there's certain times I would jump and I would just blow through the berm, get a weird bounce, a bike wouldn't want to turn. So it wasn't all just my fault, but you know, MX Bikes, it has the struggles, the Pobobo struggles every now and again, as many of you may know. But it felt good to get back. I have a kind of a different setup right now. I don't have my actual monitors set up how I used to, and I'm sitting in a different chair, trying to be more comfortable. So maybe the more comfortable sitting and less competitive computer chair is affecting my gameplay as well, allowing me to not focus as much. I don't know. It can be a combination of things, or I just really do suck that bad. So there are some newer tracks out that I do want to ride on MXB mods. I haven't had a chance to ride them yet. If you guys have ridden them, throw your reviews in the comments and suggest some newer tracks so I know which ones to download when I am back for good. And like I mentioned earlier, I did a Flowvilla on the KTM. If you guys want to see that video, drop a comment below. I can just release it raw, no commentary, or I can commentate through it. Just let me know in the comments so you can see how I did that on the track. I feel like I didn't do too bad, but just like this track and the Widowmaker track, there were people just hitting me, we're hitting each other, and it was not the best time coming back to MX bikes, but it wasn't the worst. It's nothing out of the norm. You know, there's always those silly goons out there that are just trying to take you out or don't know how to ride. Like one of the times, I don't think it's in this track, it might have been Widowmaker. There was a dude on a Honda. He would crash, he would spawn, and then I feel like he was just holding the right trigger down, because all he would do was sit there and do a 360 in the middle of the track with his bike. And it's like, what are you doing, dude? Go the right direction, don't just sit in the middle of the track and spin. But I digress. So on this Fantic, I'm running a skills setup. Usually tweak it a little bit. The oil height, maybe I add a little bit more to make it a little bit stiffer. And then I think I just went down on the rebound because I didn't like how it was bouncing. And it took me a couple laps to get used to it. I was also trying something in my settings in here because Troy Jan dropped the video on the auto setting, and it's really hard to break that habit of always hitting the trigger to sit down and stand up. And even when I'm trying not to do it, sometimes I just instinctually do it. Like, it's my second nature now in this game. I can't fight it. I literally cannot fight it. I would have to probably sit there and go into my settings and unbind the key button, or the button, my right bumper, so I don't hit the sit stand button. Because I really wanted to try it out and see if it really was better than sitting and standing. And right there, I washed out, back end slid out, sorry, not washed out. And after this race, I realized I had some settings on my throttle turned on because I was playing with them, with the linearity and the gain, and I had the linearity at 100% and the gain at 150 for the throttle. So my goal was to use the linearity and gain on the Fantic because I was having issues clearing Laraco's Leap with it. So my idea was if I can get more power to the ground faster, I should be able to clear it. And no matter what I did, I could not clear Laraco's Leap on the Fantic. So that boiled down to a skill issue. If adding more throttle didn't help, getting power to the ground faster, to get out of the corners faster, just didn't help. So maybe when I get fast enough and the corner speed back up, or maybe past what I had it before, I can go back to Redbud and do the Laraco's Leap, because I tried to qualify for amateurs on Redbud as well. Now, I don't always record my qualifying times, or not qualifying times, qualifying practices for the amateur races, and I also rarely live stream them. Well guys, this video is actually coming to an end quicker than I thought it was going to. I did want to make a short video, but it's sneaking up on me. So, this is the last lap. I was trying to get a good lap in and go fast, and I hit this corner, this berm nice and good, and then silly me, I just jumped over the fence. You gotta be kidding me. So, anyways guys, it's good to be back on this game. I'll try to put a couple more videos out between now and when I finally move. No promises, obviously, but I hope you guys have a great rest of week, rest of weekend, and as always, keep on riding. Oh, and I got one more thing if you did stick around after my outro. I threw a fat old Schmeezer at the end. Have a good one.